Today, I have 1 hour to kill the Phase Spider Queen. The rules are simple. The hour is used for preparation for the boss fight, such as leveling, multi-classing, and item collection. The entire challenge has to take place on the hardest difficulty, Honor Mode. Honor Mode is the game's hardest difficulty, makes the rules stricter, and then gives the bosses more health and legendary actions. If that wasn't enough, you can only die once. So I go in with my first character, who I happily go ahead and name Baldurs. I don't know about any other fantasy exterminator that does just as well as the paladin, so that's what we chose for our first character. Now, choosing my team was going to be one of my first tasks. In the ship, Lae'zel and Shadowheart are the only two you can get, so I will be getting them in every run that I end up doing. And as you can tell, Lae'zel does not mess around when it comes to killing demons. After felling our foes, we push on to the next area, but not before grabbing potions off of the bodies of the fallen, which I will soon come to find that potions are probably the most valuable item you can get within this challenge. I had a few rules set for this. Not many, but I needed to get all of the preparation done within an hour. And all of the XP I planned to get needed to be gained within that same hour as well. The boss fight usually takes about 30 minutes, so I didn't account for that within the hour's time. My goals for this were to multi-class at least one of my characters into a Gloomstalker so that I could get the poison resistance, and to get my party to level 3 at least, with as many potions to actually sustain a fight. So I used Shadowheart to get us out of the ship, and landed safely on the beach. Fresh off the boat, I immediately go to grab my babe, Shadowheart, and head towards the next area, which is slaying brains. All battles in the beginning are extremely important, mostly just because we can get experience to get to level 1 as soon as possible, like we just did. I waste exactly 0 time killing the first Mind Flayer. No tricks will be had on this day. I know the potion said 19, I don't know why, it was only 6, but we ended up grabbing Gale and Lae'zel. Now, getting Lae'zel, no matter what, was going to break my bond as a paladin, which was part of the plan. I wanted the Oathbreaker stat. But, we definitely put them down fairly quickly. Don't mind me having a minor heart attack in the middle of a fight. It's fine, I'm just seeing visions of a nightmare night. With Lae'zel finally added to our party, we head over to grab Withers, which requires convincingly threatening all of these hooligans. We go ahead and drop this rock onto the floor to open up a glorious hole for all of us to snugly fit within. Once we're in the dungeon, we promptly deal with the people around with explosions. We push on to find the lever and head down to the crypt. With only 30 minutes remaining, I was starting to get skeptical we could actually complete the spider fight within the right amount of time. Now, I knew that the spider fight alone would take 30 minutes, but there was a small part of me that really wanted to get it all done within the hour time set. Honestly, I should have given myself an hour and a half to be able to actually kill the spider within that time frame, but preparation alone being an hour is enough. Fun fact, if you steal all the items of these skeletons and then open Wither's tomb, this fight becomes a bit of a cakewalk. Triggering the mechanisms and making the undead dead again, we move on to talk to Withers. Now, reflecting on my decisions, Withers was an important decision because I really wanted to multi-class. However, Lae'zel did not need to be a Gloomstalker Ranger, and later, Will did not need to be a Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer. I could have just accepted my Oathbreaker, focused more on actually getting magical items and levels for my entire party. I probably would have been able to do a lot more within that hour. But I'm stubborn, and this is what I wanted to do, and it's my challenge, so you can't tell me not to. Lae'zel is now a Ranger. Gloomstalker Ranger. The Gloomstalker Ranger gets an extra attack and has the ability to be resistant to poison, so I understand why I made this decision, but it was definitely a time suck, as I mentioned previously. We go ahead and bed down for the night, which in Honor Mode is like all of your supplies, so good luck getting 2 long rests out of this. However, we ended up going and meeting Will, who I don't pick up in this playthrough, but I do pick up in my next playthrough. My goal here was to get to speak to Aaron as soon as possible and gain as much XP by killing all of these goblins. When I tell you that this one goblin gave me more frustration than any other creature, including the spider fight, I am not kidding. She would not go down. We ended up killing all of the other goblins and wargs. There's one small little creature left, and everyone misses. My character misses. Will, who's still an NPC, critically misses. It takes so many stupid attacks for us to finally kill it, and it ended up being an NPC that actually put it down. So disappointing. However, we finally get to Aaron, where we can give the spell thief to Lae'zel so that she has some sort of bow that she can actually shoot. With only 8 minutes left, my preparation timer was running very low. I still had a few things I wanted to do. First off, I needed to level up, which as you saw, we got just by entering this village. We needed to then speak to the trolls to potentially get their horn, just in case things go sideways with the queen. And there's another batch of enemies we still have to fight under the well. So before going any further, I go ahead and level up all of my party numbers to level 3, and I attempt to sneak my way into the boss arena. Alright, so we are in initiative with all of these spiders now. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's about what I thought, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and Shield of Faith myself. My god, they crawl sideways. Let's go! We did it! After defeating them, it probably took me another 10 minutes to actually put that team down. But I had a plan. It was to destroy these spider eggs before I got caught by the spider matriarch. Those of you that don't know this boss fight, one of her first moves and legendary actions is a matriarchal call, which wakes up the surrounding spiders into little hatchlings, which are very low in HP, but early on there aren't a whole lot of AoE spells that actually deal with them consistently, so taking them out early on is a must. I learned a very quick lesson here, which is to use the spiderweb boots, because the second I get caught in a web, it's going to start the whole fight. And guess what? I didn't kill all the spider eggs. So this ended up being my first game over. Luckily, I did learn a few lessons and a few tricks, so my next run ends up being a little bit better. Although I didn't spend much character exploration in the first run, I spent even less in this one. Naming the man's Deb, keeping as basic half-orc number 1, and running in to grab Lae'zel immediately. Per usual, she's quite quick with her work. We run over to kill the underlings for more XP, and release Shadowheart because she's actually a key component to my plan in this run. You see, Shadowheart has the capability to cast the spell Command at a very early level. Clerics have the innate ability to change their spells at any point, so if you go into their spellbook, you can deselect any of the current spells and reselect one that she knows, like Command. Using it effectively, you can use the drop command to ask nicely Commander Zalk to drop his Emberburn blade. This blade is a weapon that can do fire damage for anyone who can hold two-handed weapons, which paladins who have smite can hold two-handed weapons. So we book it for the high hills, admitting the transponder and crashing this giant alien ship right out of the sky. Now, because I've done this before and I got a shiny new blade, I felt fairly confident going into this, killing these quickly and running directly at the Mind Flayer to annihilate him again, because that's necessary. I pull a sneaky here and attack them during dialogue for another surprise round, and even quicker than last time, break the hell out of my oath. Speaking with Satan one last time, I push forward recruiting Lae'zel, and once again, booking it to grab Will. My goal was fairly simple here. Get some more experience and make Will a sorcerer. Recruiting him fairly quickly, we move on to go collect withers, who will help us multi-class and change the class of others. So we bully the ruffians, pushing them out of their area, book it right back down that hole, and slaughter a whole family of homeless? Oh god. What have we done? This is just awful. But kinda cool to look at though. Lever, door. We go ahead and kill this skeleton. I buy that bow and arrow and try to get 200 gold so that I can change the classes of 2 of my members. Withers absolutely takes my bribe and goes ahead and changed Will into a sorcerer for me and Lazel into a ranger again because I didn't learn my lesson the first time. What's that about not learning lessons? I just bought all the potions I forgot to get last time because I realized that they're pretty important. Scare the goblins, seduce the trolls, try super hard to stay extremely silent, sneaking behind all of the spiders and such, just to be caught. Last second. Yeah. I didn't know you could get caught there. That really sucked. But we're men, so we get back in there and we beat the absolute jiminies out of all these other spiders and weird spider things that spit webs everywhere. I totally used the horn because we were just dying out there. It was awful. And they did help. They made sure that Lazel was able to stay alive. But, I used all of our potions and resources that we had saved up for the boss fight. Not the pre-boss fight. Yeah, I really needed potions, so I bought a couple of those and then began to light the eggs of fire, which honestly was going surprisingly well. I got most of the clusters in the first area and decided to start getting a little bit closer. But I flew too close to the sun and got caught. To make up for not getting it within the time, I didn't long rest, so I have no spell slots left. I had to get creative. The best way I thought to do that was to try and drop this very unlucky spider into the abyss. If I was going to win this, I needed to get crafty. I started to think outside of the box. What could I do? I was good at one thing. Dropping spiders from bridges. Shadowheart was immediately surrounded by all of these small little underlings. Meanwhile, we start putting in work, putting down damage. It may not look like much, but it was adding up, alright? This bad boy's now at half health. Don't mind the, underlings, but it's fine. We're fine. Shadowheart's on an island now. No one's near her. She's just alone. This wasn't working. We had to go back to plan A. Kill the hirelings. Okay, it's fine. Perfect. She just took like 50 damage from that. This one move alone made me feel so confident that I was able to do it on this run. And with 3 down, a Lazel up, a bunch of little dudes, and a dream, we go for it. Oh my god. Did she just die from the abjuration thing? Oh no. Lazel is still alive? I think. Okay, so she's going to throw a potion.
Nothing will stand in my way.
I don't know what to do here. I think I'm screwed. Yeah. I don't have any more potions to drink. Don't have any spells to cast. Honor mode's not something I can mess around with, huh? Yikes. My guy died. Edge just died. That sucks. It really sucks. Huh. Kill 3. Oh my god, dude, she is not living through much of this. Huh. Thought the acid might be enough, but I guess not.
You will not take me.
All I can do here is my best. It still missed. I actually completed this on a stream, which I'll go ahead and link to this in another video. 'Cause it's about an hour long, and I don't want you guys to have to sit here for that long. So, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you here next time. Bye, y'all.